ago against Lemon McIntosh on the road, ended up making sure they made it to the 9AA playoffs. The loss last week at home to Faith left them as the number 16 seed. And when you have that 16th seed, you're going to get a very tough draw against the top seed on the road. That's what the Stanley County Buffaloes face, and they do tonight against a talented, speedy, athletic Wall Eagle team. We are in Wall. We're near the Dinosaur. We're near that certain drugstore. It's playoff football as the Stanley County Buffaloes and the Wall Eagles clash in the first round of the 90 playoffs. And high school football on 1060 AM and 103.1 FM KGFX is brought to you by Avera, St. Mary's Hospital, First Dakota National Bank, Fisher Rounds and Associates Insurance and Real Estate, the Stanley County Booster Club, Oahe Federal Credit Union, American Bank and Trust, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Pierre Regional Airport, Access Health Fort Pierre, Fordham Electric, and Venture Communications. And these in-game sponsors also help bring you high school football on KGFX, Possible Agency State Farm Insurance, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Montana Dakota Utilities, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection, Wins Dakota Mart in Fort Pierre, Actegra, Family Dental up here in Gettysburg, Bowden Lumber, they'll bring you our player of the game, our post-game. Also, they bring you video coverage. You can watch this game at the KGFX page of the DRG News app and at drgnews.com. Scoreboard, as always, is brought to you by Red Murado. Haley Hansen.
He's our coordinator, and Mike Champagne handles the video tonight. Thank you very much for being with us. The Buffaloes know what a challenge they have. Coming off the 42-16 loss to Faith in the game until a bad snap cost Stanley County late in the third, gave Faith a 13-yard field, and they were able to move away from there to the 42-16 victory. And the Buffaloes know tonight that, first of all, they know they don't have a thing to lose. They're going against this amazing Wall offense, which averages over 52 points a game. In fact, Wall this season hasn't scored less than 48. They handed Lyman their only loss. They handed Phillip their only loss, and they have an extremely talented junior quarterback in Bert Blasius, who's thrown for 22 touchdowns this season and 50 in his career, and a whole lot of talented receivers in Riley McDonald, his brother Blair Blasius, Mason Heath, and an all-state running back from last year. Cedar Amiot doesn't have the yardage quite he had rushing the ball last year, but he can break big plays too. The Buffaloes know they have their hands full tonight. This is the Ponsaba Agency State Farm pregame. Becky Ponsaba, State Farm Insurance in Pierre and Gregory, like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. It is playoff time at 11B in the 9-man classifications. Top 3 classifications in 11-man in the regular season. We'll take a look around when we return to Wall in 2 minutes. This is high school playoff football featuring the Stanley County Buffaloes on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Grossenberg Implement knows you can't put a price on safety. That's why John Deere safes are priceless. This week, Grossenberg Implement is offering 8% discount on all in-stock safes. Each has a lifetime repair or replacement warranty against break-in, attempted break-in, and fire damage. Plus, they are beautiful enough with several different styles to choose from to display anywhere in your home. Stop in today and get your safe at Grossenberg Implement.
Phillip Motor, always ready to serve you with a winning combination of small-town friendly sales and service and the latest vehicles and trucks from Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, and Chrysler. Your friends and neighbors across the West River Territory have come to depend on Phillip Motor. Family-owned for over 40 years, they're known far and wide for offering a relaxing, down-to-earth, helpful car shopping experience. Search online at phillipmotor.com or stop by and see their new and pre-owned inventory. Phillip Motor proudly supports the Phillip Scotties in all school activities and sports. Phillip Motor, your small-town dealer.
Have you been in a fender bender recently? Maybe have some hail damage on your vehicle? New Miller Truck and Auto Body specializes in body repairs for cars, pickups, and semis. Located at 3030 East Highway 44 in Rapid City, New Miller Truck and Auto Body is open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Let their experts undo the damage you did. Call 605-342-0537. You've tried the rest, now try the best. New Miller Truck and Auto Body in Rapid City.
Have you heard the bad news? All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, and the wages of sin is death. But have you heard the good news? God demonstrates his own love toward us in this, that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Want to know more about life and hope? Call or text 605-858-3107.
Dakota Antler is the biggest antler buyer in our region. Tony and Derek pay cash all year.
In that game. Also in 9AA, two-time defending state champion Platte Genesis, the 12th seed, and they're the 5th seed. Hanson, 5 minutes into the game, no score. 15th seed Kimball White Lake at Elkton Lake Benson, all the way over there, 5 minutes into that game with no score. 9A Lyman, the 2nd seed, having no problem at all with Oldham Ramona Rutland in pressure. 42-0 Raiders, 2 minutes left in the first half. That is on KPLO. Gregory, the 3 seed, is just underway on home against 14 seed Iroquois Lake Preston. Phillip, the 5 seed, underway in the second quarter and leading Esteline Hendricks by a score of 8-0. Timberlake trailing at Castlewood 14-0 as that game nears halftime. 9B, top seed is Harriet Selby area, hosting Lemon McIntosh. That game just underway in Selby, 100.7 KMLO. Kadoka area, the 3 seed, in a rematch. They won at New Underwood last Friday. They're playing the Lions again, this time in Kadoka. 3 versus 14, just underway. Kadoka area has scored first and leading 8-0. And in Oneida tonight, Sully Buttes and Potter County renew their rivalry. Chargers, the 4th seed, Battlers, the 13th seed, their first playoff meeting since 2015. That's on Star 99 in Mobridge. Jones County makes the playoffs again. They're just underway at Tulare against Hitchcock Tulare. In 11B tonight, winner, they're doing it again. In fact, it's just about over. 62-0, the Warriors lead Deadwood with 3 minutes left in the second period. Looks like that will be a one-half game, and winner will have 32 wins in a row. Mobridge Pollock just underway against Aberdeen Roncalli. That is in Aberdeen. That game on the KOLY webpage at drgnews.com. 11A Chamberlain rounding the regular season out tonight at Canton, but they're 12th in the seed point standings. A win probably won't even do the Cubs any good. And the Pierre Governors go for a perfect regular season. They're down the road a little bit in Box Elder against Douglas. That game just underway, and Brian has that on River 92.7. Here in Wall, Stanley County Buffaloes and the Wall Eagles, first round of the 9AA playoffs. And let's talk about keys to success. And I would say the key for the Wall Eagles, just keep doing what they're doing. This is a team that can just beat you with their speed. They're not big at all. They've got one lineman in Keith Brummett, that's 260. One starting lineman, Matthew Heathershaw, coach's kid, Lex Heathershaw, of course, the former Stanley County assistant, is Wall's head coach. He's 230. Otherwise, it's 170, 185-pound kids, something like that. 6 foot, 6'1". They just run like the wind. And as we mentioned earlier, Burke Boisius can really throw the ball. So how does Stanley County approach this game? We'll hear from head coach Max Folt when we come back on the Potsdam Agency State Farm pregame and our keys to success. Stanley County and Wall in the 9AA playoffs first round. We'll hear from the Buffs head coach when we return to Wall in 2 minutes here on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Year long for antlers and horns. Deer, elk, moose, and sheep can be cash in your pocket. They'll come to you, too. Find them on Dakota Antlers LLC or online at dakotaantlers.com. You can also give them a call to set up an appointment. Call Derek at 605-360-3749 or Tony at 605-730-0108. Dakota Antler, a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. This is
Phillip Health Services proudly supports youth activities in our rural communities. Phillip Clinic and Kadoka Clinic physicians and caregivers will provide you and your family with a personalized care experience. The clinic staff extend a sense of family and strive to improve the quality of life for all those who are entrusted to their care. When you or a loved one needs medical attention, choose a personal care experience at Phillip or Kadoka Clinic. Open 6 days a week for hours and more helpful information. See their weekly ad in the Pioneer Review or visit them online. Phillip Health Service, a personal care experience.
Crew Agency is your agri-risk management specialist since 1984. They offer all your crop insurance needs, including multi-peril crop insurance, pasture rangeland and forage, livestock risk protection, and crop hail. Crew Agency has been protecting the local farmer and rancher for the past 35 years and are a proud supporter of all our local schools, athletics, and communities. They'd like to wish all our local athletes good luck this week. Give them a call at 605-433-5411. Crew Agency is an equal opportunity provider.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
Want a successful farming season? Hefty Seed Company in New Underwood loves to provide great pricing, up-to-date agronomic advice, speedy load times, and exceptional customer service. Now, we carry lawn care products, Photoxin pellets and tablets, liquid fertilizer, seed, and chemical in all different sizes. Please give Hefty Seed a call at 605-754-6170 for anything you need to make your future farming season a growing success. Everyone at Hefty Seed Company wishes everyone a safe and wonderful school year and the best of luck in all your sports seasons. Grossenberg Implement knows you can't put a price on safety. That's why John Deere safes are priceless. This week, Grossenberg Implement is offering 8% discount on all in-stock safes. Each has a lifetime repair or replacement warranty against break-in, attempted break-in, and fire damage. Plus, they are beautiful enough with several different styles to choose from to display anywhere in your home. Stop in today and get your safe at Grossenberg Implement.
Philip Motor, always ready to serve you with a winning combination of small-town friendly sales and service and the latest vehicles and trucks from Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, and Chrysler. Your friends and neighbors across the West River Territory have come to depend on Philip Motor. Family-owned for over 40 years, they're known far and wide for offering a relaxing, down-to-earth, helpful car shopping experience. Search online at philipmotor.com or stop by and see their new and pre-owned inventory. Philip Motor proudly supports the Philip Scotties in all school activities and sports. Philip Motor, your small-town dealer.
Have you been in a fender bender recently? Maybe have some hail damage on your vehicle? New Miller Truck and Auto Body specializes in body repairs for cars, pickups, and semis. Located at 3030 East Highway 44 in Rapid City, New Miller Truck and Auto Body is open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Let their experts undo the damage you did. Call 605-342-0537. You've tried the rest, now try the best. New Miller Truck and Auto Body in Rapid City.
Have you heard the bad news? All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, and the wages of sin is death. But have you heard the good news? God demonstrates his own love toward us in this, that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Want to know more about life and hope? Call or text 605-858-3107.
Dakota Antler is the biggest antler buyer in our region. Tony and Derek pay cash all year long for antlers and horns. Deer, elk, moose, and sheep can be cash in your pocket. They'll come to you too. Find them on Dakota Antlers LLC or online at dakotaantlers.com. You can also give them a call to set up an appointment. Call Derek at 605-360-3749 or Tony at 605-730-0108. Dakota Antler, a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate.
Right along I-90, if you've driven through here, you've probably seen it on many occasions. Beautiful field, turf field. Montana Dakota Utilities, you heard from those good folks in the community to serve, and they bring you our starting lineups. Brock Zabe is the junior quarterback, 8 touchdowns for Brock passing and 6 rushing, and they've all been in the last 3 games, those touchdowns. 2 in each of the last 3 weeks. He has 795 yards passing in his junior season. Colton Brady, the sophomore running back, the main ground gainer for SC with 774 yards, just under 6 a carry, 7 touchdowns. Barrett Schweitzer, the junior fullback, with receiver on this team, 246 yards, 2 touchdowns, receiving 3 rushing. Now tonight, starting, although you'll see many other players getting the chance on the tight end slots. Blaze Frost, the sophomore, with 7 catches, 3 for scores. Q Bourne, who had his first varsity catch last week. Chase Hansen, the senior, one of the seniors, getting to start this evening too. Hayden Rogo and Noah Ball, one of the guards. Nathaniel Nelson is the center. Defensively, Landon Bain get a chance to start in the nose. The freshman for Stanley County Knight, of course, Paxton Dio in the backfield. He and Hansen both have 6 interceptions, and Weston Prince, the freshman, has a pick 2. Max Foth in his 6th season as head coach of the Buffs with a record of 26-27. Now for the Wall Eagles. What an offense this team has. It's Burt Boisius leading the way. The junior quarterback, 6 foot 175. Get this passing number, 58 of 70. Yeah, that's 83%. 1,400 yards. He has 22 picks. He has 1 interception this season. He has 50 touchdown passes in his career. He's also rushed for 4 scores. Cedar Amiout, the senior and all-state running back a year ago, when he had 5 yards short of 2,000. This year, 693 yards. He hasn't had to run him so much, but he's still running for just under 14 yards a kick. You're going to hear some of these numbers. They sound like video games. It's ridiculous. 16 touchdowns. Ryman McDonald, an all-state senior receiver. All-state is a junior. 21 receptions, 9 touchdowns. Mason Heath, 18 catches and 4 scores. Tight ends are Blair Boisius, Burke's brother, and Thane Simons. And interior of the offensive line, Matthew Hittershaw, the senior, James Livermont, the senior of the guards, Jet Moore is the senior center, and starting also for Wall defensively, Brody Sundahl, a junior, with an interception is a cornerback, Quinn Moon on the nose. Norman Livermont, a senior, he has 6 sacks this season. Lex Heathershaw, the head coach, the former Stanley County assistant, former girls basketball coach for the Buffs, his 6th season back at his alma mater where he was a multi-sport star, and in his 6 seasons was 53-7. Semifinal in 9A the last couple of years, lost to the eventual 9A champion Howard a year ago. They'd very much like to see the Tigers again. This time it would be in the 9AA playoffs. Well, those are the Montana Dakota Utilities starting lineups. Now time to tell you about the law on the field, brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection, and we'll introduce the officials for tonight's game when we return to ball in 30 seconds here on KGFX. Brett Distel is the referee for tonight's game. This crew from the Black Hills, of course. Tom Polanchik's the umpire. Tom Wheaton is the head linesman. The line judge is Mike Burke. The back judge is Domiko Rodriguez. The law on the field brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. 68. It's going to get cooler now that the sun is set out here, but it's still 68 degrees in Wall right now. Not much wind, 4 miles per hour. Out of the southwest, a lovely evening. And that is our Potsdam Agency State Farm pregame. Coming up, kickoff, 9AA first round at Stanley County at Wall. And back with the action in 2 minutes here on 1060, 103.1 KGFX. in Wall. It's playoff time for the Stanley County Buffaloes. And again, Max Foth, the head coach, said it. It was an achievement for this program to make it here. It was thought by some it might be another year or two with only 5 seniors. Not a lot of experience coming in. But they've made it. But they have a chore tonight against the Wall Eagles. Glad to have you with us. Remember that Bauman Lumber brings you video coverage of this game. You can see it at the KGFX page at drgnews.com and at the DRG News app with Mike Champagne handling things tonight. Good to meet Mike, and glad to have you with us this evening. Coin toss is about to take place. We have time for another break, so let's take 1 minute here, then we'll get tonight's game going. Stanley County and Wall, first round of the playoffs. Back to Wall in 60 seconds here on 1060 103.1 KGFX. Stanley County won the toss, and I'm not at all surprised that they are receiving the football. And I'm very curious to see what Max Foth may do. He said the playbook's basically going to be open. Look, the Buffs know they don't have anything to lose tonight. They weren't really expected to be here, and very, very few people are expecting them to be close in this game. But they play the games for a reason. We're ready. We hope you enjoy the action. And along with everything else Blair Blasius does, he's their kickoff man, and in 63 kickoffs this year, he's kicked 34 touchbacks. Normally, we see Chase Hansen and Barrett Schweitzer set up at about the 10 or 15. They're back at their 2. They have an idea of where this one's going. Stanley County, as you watch from left to right in this first half, we hope you enjoy the action. Blasius with the big boot. It's playable, though, for Hansen, and Chase takes it as his 5. 10, 15, 20, and down across his 22. So Hansen was able to take it from his 5 down to his 23, and that's where Stanley County will start with their first possession of the night. Let's just see what sort of fun they may have here. Buffs averaging 249 yards of offense a game coming in. Brock Zabe under center. Stretch handoff, look out, fumble on the first play, gave it to Brady, who fell on it. Stanley County did. Blaze Frost was able to fall on it, but that's a loss of 4 back to the 19-yard line of Stanley County. And nervousness, it's understandable. But the last thing you want to do is give this team the ball in the red zone. 2nd and 14 from their 19. Stretch handoff, Frost round right, and look out! He didn't even make it back to the 15. 2 Eagles bring him down. First one was Burke Blasius. Called it the 16-yard line, but Brady had nowhere to go. Loss of 3 more. And it's 3rd down 17 for Stanley County from their 16. Just over a minute into the game in the playoff opener. We are in Wall. The Eagles 8-0. 3 straight perfect regular seasons, 23 straight regular season wins. Haven't lost on this field in a couple of years. Warner beat them in the playoffs a couple of years ago. That was the last time that they fell on this field. Stanley County taking a lot of time here. They're going to take an Agtegra timeout, and we will too. 10:29, first quarter. Stanley County and Wall scoreless. Third down coming up for the Buffs. Back in 30 seconds here on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes.
Minute 31 into this game, and Stanley County took all the time they could there before calling a timeout. You know they want to slow this game down. They're 3rd and 17 from their 16-yard line. Zabe pitch ahead to Cash Richardson, pushed back. Mason Heath and Quinn Moon combined. It was a little pitch play and a good idea, but Richardson didn't have anywhere to go. And Stanley County has 4th down. No gain on that play, still at their 16. Well, you can imagine the freshman, Paxton Deal, might see some pressure here. Rylan McDonald stands at the Stanley County 45-yard line. Snap back to Deal. He just boots it away straight right and out of bounds. Wanted to keep it away from McDonald, and understandable with his speed, but it's going to be inside the 35-yard line. In fact, it's going to be right at the 30-yard line of Stanley County for the Wall Eagles. With 10:21 left in the first quarter, a scoreless first quarter. This team doesn't need this kind of help. A 30-yard field, but here they have it. Burke Blasius, the junior quarterback, is in the shotgun again. Brother, can this guy throw? Receiver each way. Single setback, it's Amiot up the middle, 25. Cuts left, trying to make his way outside to the numbers, but down around the 23. Good play by the Buffalo's Weston Prince to stop him from maybe a pretty big gain on first down. As it was, he gained 7. So Stanley County minus 7 yards on their first possession. Plus 7 on the first play for Wall. And the Eagles are 2nd and 3 at the Stanley County 23. McDonald wide to the left, receiver to the right, left hash wide side right. Snap it back to Blasius, throws on the right side, right corner of the end zone, touchdown. And he just dropped it right in there. For the score, brother to brother. Burke to Blair. Blair's 5th touchdown reception of the season. Number 23 for Burke with touchdown passes. 2 plays to score for the Wall Eagles, and with 9:43 left in the first quarter, they're up 6-0. And old Blair Blasius is the place kicker too, and he's now 51 of 54 in extra points after he makes it. Let's take a break. 9:43 first quarter. Wall 7, Stanley County nothing. Back in 1 minute. 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Finds us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Phillip Health Services proudly supports youth activities in our rural communities. Phillip Clinic and
Another kickoff that Chase Hansen could handle, and he returned it from his 2, but not a whole lot near his 15-yard line, but that's all. So Hansen has been able to handle both of the kickoffs here, but only back to the Stanley County 15 on that one. And again, the field position not good for the Buffs. Down 7-0 here in Wall. 9:37 first quarter. Eagles are 8-0. Stanley County at 3-5. Shotgun for Brock Zabe. Left hash wide side right. 2 receivers that way, and a flag comes down before the play can even begin. And Brett Distel is going to tell us that Wall's offside. Must have lined up. Well, no. This ball was never snapped, but again, you line up offside, you're offside. 5-yard penalty gives Stanley County 1st and 5, and they'll take any sort of help they can get here. 1st and 5 from their 20. Deal wide right, see receiver slot right. That's the wide side. Snap to Zabe. Brock rolls that pocket right. Pump fake throws. Hansen caught it. Held on 35. 40 right numbers. He's to midfield. He's to the 40 of Wall. Cuts left and down around the 37. Mason Heath caught up to him. A little juggle, but a great catch by the senior, Chase Hansen, for number 16 of the year. And the big gain is down to the 38-yard line of Wall. That is 42 yards. And that'll pump the Buffaloes up, no doubt, and give them a boost. They're 1st and 10 at the Wall 38. Well, they are opening up the playbook, and there's a big play for Stanley County. Down 7-0 about 3 minutes in. Zabe is under center. Handoff to Brady, and right after he took the ball, bringing him down at his calves. Well, who do you think? Bert Placius. He's already done a lot tonight. And by the way, he also has 40 tackles this season. Coming in, that is now 6.5 for loss. After that one, it's a loss of 3 back to Wall's 41. And they said, all right, when they hit that big play, here's what we're going to do. 4 receivers set for Stanley County, who are 2nd and 13 at Wall's 41-yard line. In motion is Schweitzer, and he takes the handoff, or the snap is directly to him across the 40. And upended, looks like they're back to the original line of scrimmage. It's the Wall 38-yard line. Blair Blasius in on that play. Well, they'll give him a couple to the 39. So it's 3rd down and 11. Stanley County didn't convert a 3rd down for the season. 32% coming in. But I'd say it's 4 down territory here in Wall's end of the field. 2 receivers, wide side left to the right. 3rd and 11 SC, Wall 39. Snap back to Zabe. Here comes the pressure. Screen for Brady. Caught it at the 39. 35 of Wall. Forward to the 30. That'll be enough to let them try it on 4th down. They only need a couple. Good screen set up to Colton Brady. Rylan McDonald able to bring him down. Gain of 8 to the 31-yard line of Wall. 4th and 3, and no hesitation here for Stanley County, keeping the offense out there. 7:25 first quarter. 7-0 Wall on top. Stanley County had the big 42-yard play earlier in the drive from Zabe to Hansen. Now they need 3 yards on 4th down. They're 12 for 28 on this down this year. 2 receivers left and 2 to the right. Zabe with a wing right. In the shotgun this time. Oh, and the receivers all moved. Whoop. The snap count apparently was 3 and not 2. An illegal procedure against Stanley County sets the Buffaloes back 5 yards, but I don't think there's any doubt they'll keep the offense on the field. However, 4th and 3 now becomes 4th and 8 at Wall's 36. Stanley County in their white tops, purple and gold trim, gold pants, and it's royal blue, what they call Vegas gold numbers for the Wall Eagles. 4th and 8, Stanley County, Walls 36, and movement in the line again. And both teams are pointing at each other saying, you did it, no, you did it, no, you did it. Who did it? Brett Distel hasn't given us, he was about to give us a signal, but one of these official teammates said, no, we got to talk about this. And 4 of the 5 officials are now talking about this. But Stanley County's walking backwards, maybe to lobby, but maybe they think it's against them. Brett Distel says it's on Wall. So how about that? They Stanley County gains the 5 yards back to the 31 of Wall on the encroachment penalty, the second penalty on the Eagles. So Stanley County is back where they were. 4th and 3 at the Wall 31. 7-0 Wall. 6:37 in the first quarter here in Pennington County. So glad to have you with us. Left hash wide side to the right. Wing right and 2 receivers that way. Pistol again for the junior quarterback. He's Brock Zabe, and the snap is to him low. Pressure. Screen on the left side. Caught. Schweitzer. First down. 25, 20, 15. Barrett's down near the 13-yard line of Wall. Barrett Schweitzer with a big catch, and he's had his share of them this season, and that time he gives Stanley County a 4th down conversion. All the way to the 13-yard line of Wall for 18 yards, and Stanley County is in the red zone. Looking to even this game. 6:06 first quarter. Wall's up 7-0, and a little bit of confusion as the receivers were set in place. Now they're going to be called back to the huddle. Now they come out of it again. Stanley County just trying to cross Wall up here. 1st and 10. SC at the Wall 13. It is Zabe up the middle, off a tackle, 10-yard line. Then he is pushed back and hard. Ooh, man. And Burgess just stopped him cold after a gain, but put him in the air and said, "You're not going any further." Held him to a 3-yard gain at the Wall 10. 2nd down and 7. Zabe, 4 of 4, 68 yards on this drive that started way back deep at the Stanley County 15. Now it's at the Wall 10, 2nd down and 7. Zabe out of the shotgun with a 3 receivers sent to the right. Rolls the pocket to the right. Throws. It is caught down at the 4-yard line or 3. Good catch by Chase Hansen and good hard tackle there by Rylan McDonald. But here comes a flag and a hold on Stanley County. Wipes it out. It would have been, it looked like first down yardage. Instead, the hold is going to wipe out the play. Well, those holding penalties and others have been problems for Stanley County in recent weeks. So instead of what looked to be a first down at goal at the 3, instead they're back at the Wall 22-yard line where it's now 2nd down and 19. 4:50 first quarter. Wall leads 7-0, but Stanley County is driving. 2 receivers each way, near the right hash. SC from left to right, flag down as the snap came out, and this one's going to be on Stanley County 2 for illegal motion. Well, such a chance here for Stanley County. Inside the 5 before a penalty wiped that out. Now another penalty sets them back to the 27, and it's 2nd and 24. 2 receivers left and 1 to the right. Slot right is Cash Richardson. Long count. Zabe back to throw. Pump fake. Here comes some pressure. He's back near his 35. Just going to have to scramble his way out of it into the left sideline. Made it back to around the 25 before he's brought in. Matthew Heddershaw was over there to force him out of bounds. He did gain a couple to the Wall 25, and I tell you, it was a good job by Brock to be able to gain that. But now 3rd down and long for Stanley County. 3rd and 22 at the Wall 25, but first, an Integra timeout called by the Wall Eagles. We'll take a 30 here. 3:56 left first quarter. Stanley County driving, but Wall's leading 7-0. Back in 30 seconds on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Kadoka Clinic physicians and caregivers will provide you and your family with a personalized care experience. The clinic staff extend a sense of family and strive to improve the quality of life for all those who are entrusted to their care. When you or a loved one needs medical attention, choose a personal care experience at Phillip or Kadoka Clinic. Open 6 days a week for hours and more helpful information. See their weekly ad in the Pioneer Review or visit them online. Phillip Health Service, a personal care experience.
Crew Agency is your agri-risk management specialist since 1984. They offer all your crop insurance needs.
So each team has used a timeout in this first quarter, and Agtegra timeout, acres ahead, can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. Stanley County had a good third down gain earlier in this possession to set up a fourth down, which they converted. Here the third down around 22 at Wall's 25. Trailing 7-0. Wall leads 3:55 first quarter. Snap to Zabe. They're going to do a double reverse, and Paxton Deal wants to throw left side. Zabe's open. Caught at the 10. Out of bounds inside the 5. Little razzle-dazzle there. As we told you, the playbook's wide open. And Cedar Amiot is finally able to bring Zabe down. He caught that one from Paxton Deal. They need the 3 for a first down. They're at the 4. They needed 22. They gained 21. But how about that play? Now Stanley County keeping the offense out there. Fourth down and a yard at the Wall 4. 7-0. The heavy favorite Wall with 3:15 left first quarter. But Stanley County trying to tie this game or maybe take the lead. Long time in the huddle again. They did this before earlier in this drive and ended up taking a timeout. But this strategy, just to keep this Wall offense off the field as long as they possibly can, you can't blame Stanley County for that, and they'll take another Agtegra timeout. So will we. We'll take 30. 2:53 left first quarter. Big fourth down play coming up for Stanley County. Wall leads 7-0, and we'll return in 30 seconds here on KGFX.
Pasture rangeland and forage, livestock risk protection, and crop hail. Crew Agency has been protecting the local farmer and rancher for the past 35 years and are a proud supporter of all our local schools, athletics, and communities. They'd like to wish all our local athletes good luck this week. Give them a call at 605-433-5411. Crew Agency is an equal opportunity provider.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services
An
of
Agtegra
America
timeout, acres ahead, can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. Well, Stanley County trying to do what they can to make this more than a 2 or 3 quarter game. They've used 2 timeouts now, and they use another one here. Fourth down and a yard. They're at Wall's 4-yard line. Man in motion. Brady sets up to the right. Throw for the end zone. Caught, touchdown! Zabe finds Blaze Frost. And Stanley County's on the board and only a point behind with 2:50 left in the first quarter. A little screen. Zabe found a wide open Blaze Frost in the end zone. We have a 1-point game. Now, what will Stanley County do? I would imagine keep the offense out there. What a drive by Stanley County. They had the ball nearly 7 minutes. And they want to take the lead over a heavily favored Wall team on Wall's home field. Shotgun for Zabe. 2 receivers to the right on the 2-point conversion. Snap back to Brock. Throws to the right. It is caught. It is a 2-point conversion. It's Chase Hansen, and the 16th seed is leading. Let's take a break. 2:50 left first quarter. It's Stanley County 8, Wall 7. You heard me right. Back in 1 minute. 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this. Discover the difference by calling 800-884-FARM. Agriculture works here.
Want a successful farming season? Hefty Seed Company in New Underwood loves to provide great pricing, up-to-date agronomic advice, speedy load times, and exceptional customer service. Now, we carry lawn care products, Photoxin pellets and tablets, liquid fertilizer, seed, and chemical in all different sizes. Please give Hefty Seed a call at 605-754-6170 for anything you need.
Stanley County leads in Wall, and we'll tell you about the drive in just a moment. Tyler Leiferman is set to kick, and a little pooch to the left side. He kicked it only 8 yards, though, and Stanley County picks it up. They tried that onside a few times. It was touched by a Stanley County player, so officially the flag has to come out, but Wall's going to take over. This drive was 9 plays, 85 yards for Stanley County in 6 minutes and 53 seconds, ended with a touchdown pass from Zabe to Frost. Brock Zabe on that drive, 6 for 6 for 93 yards, and the 2-point pass from Zabe to Hansen. A long way to go, but Stanley County is leading in Wall. It's 8-7. And you heard Max Vogt say in our Becky Potts of a State Farm pregame, we're not leaving anything out there. Well, Wall does have the football back. 2:50 first quarter. And wonder how agitated they are. Here is a snap back to Burke Blasius, the quarterback. Throws down the middle. McDonald makes the catch. 40-yard line. Takes a couple to bring him down. Noah Ball went in on the play. It's inside the 40-yard line near the 39. That's where they will spot it for a gain of 8. And it'll be second down and a couple for Wall. Blasius 2 for 2. He's completed well over 80% of his passes. 3 receivers set to the left on 2nd and 2 at SC's 39. Blasius back to throw again. Some pressure by Baldwin, and the throw behind the intended receiver, but he still caught it. Wow, he reached behind it. That was Rylan McDonald. How did he come back to make that catch? I don't know, but he did. He did. Inside the 15, spotted at the 14-yard line of Stanley County. What a catch he just made. And he's out of bounds after a 25-yard play. 3 receivers to the left for Wall. Down 8-7 to Stanley County. 1:52 first quarter. 1st and 10, Stanley County's 14-yard line. Snap it back to Blasius now. Here comes a flag as the ball's out of the hands of Blair Blasius. They're brothers. Good family of athletes here. The pass is incomplete, but the flag came down as the ball was snapped, and Brett Distel, the referee, tells us it's illegal procedure against Wall. Will Stanley County take the penalty here? You would imagine so, to set him back 5 yards. They will. 3rd penalty on Wall. So they're back to the 19 of Stanley County, where it's 1st and 15. 8-7, Stanley County is leading. 1:42 first quarter. A long way to go, though. Burke Blasius out of the option with a pitch left. It's to Amiot. 15-yard line, brought down near the 12. Hansen chased him down. That was the Oklahoma wishbone type of option. Amiot gained 6 yards to the 13-yard line of Stanley County. That makes it 2nd and 9. 1:18 first quarter. Stanley County with an 85-yard drive, and the 2-point conversion after the touchdown has taken an 8-7 lead, but Wall's right back in position. 2 receivers each way on 2nd and 9 at SC's 13. Burke Blasius backs the throw, looks right. This one's caught. Amiot trying to worm his way out of a tackle inside the 5-yard line. He's down. Amiot is able to make it inside the 5. Chase Hansen and Barrett Schweitzer able to bring him down, but it's at the 1-yard line of Stanley County for a gain of 12. This lead might not last long for SC. 50 seconds in the first quarter. Wall's 1st and goal at the Stanley County 1-yard line. Burke Blasius under center now. On count, pitch left. Amiot, with a convoy in front of him, walks into the end zone. Touchdown Wall, number 17 this season for Cedar Amiot. The blocking all in front of him, and with 36 seconds left in the first quarter, Wall back in front. So indeed, that lead didn't last long for Stanley County after they tried the onside kick and didn't make it. Well, it was Blair Blasius kicking the extra point the first time. They'll run an interesting formation with 5 of the 9 way to the left outside the hash mark, between the hash mark and the numbers on the left side, and the throw comes that way. It is caught by McDonald, and Ryland is into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is good, and Wall is now on top by 7. We'll take a break. 36 seconds left, first quarter. Wall back on top of Stanley County, 15-8. Back in 30 seconds here on 1060, 103.1
KCFX Company
KCFX.
wishes everyone a safe and wonderful school year and the best of luck in all your sports seasons. Grossenberg Implement knows you can't put a price on safety. That's why John Deere safes are priceless. This week, Grossenberg Implement is offering 8% discount on all in-stock safes. Each has a lifetime repair or replacement warranty against break-in, attempted break-in, and fire damage. Plus, they are beautiful enough with several different styles to choose from to display anywhere in your home. Stop in today and get your safe at Grossenberg Implement.
All right, back on top. After the onside kick didn't work for Stanley County, Wall takes it 47 yards on 5 plays, takes 214. Cedar Amiot finished it with touchdown number 17 for him this season. That matches the total he had last year when he came up just short of 2,000 yards. And the 2-point conversion on the pass from Burke Blasius to Ryland McDonald. Now Blair Blasius will kick off for Wall, who's back on top 15-8. 36 seconds left in the first quarter. And an end over end again. This one's going to be playable, and it's Barrett Schweitzer to take it at his 10. Cuts left, 15. Outside the numbers 20, and a flag down as Schweitzer is down near his 21. I think Simons was able to stop him, but let's see what this penalty is for. And it's probably a block in the back. This has been an issue for Stanley County, and yep, they're called for it again. Well, these penalties, the last 3 or 4, they weren't a problem in the first half of this regular season for SC, but my goodness, haven't they been lately. They'll have to march the penalty off before SC, and the ball goes back several yards, so we'll have to hang on a moment. With 31 seconds left in the first quarter, 15-8 Wall. Stanley County did have a brief lead, but Wall's Eagles come right back and score again. Again, the ball gets away from the official. They'll have to walk off this penalty. Schweitzer returned it to the 21. They'll mark it off from the 18-yard line. And the half-to-distance penalty brings it back to the 9-yard line. 1st and 10 from there for Stanley County. And it is coming out of a Wildcat. It is Schweitzer running in that Wildcat, and he's across to the 10 and around to 13, and that should be the last play of this first quarter. So we're through 1 in Wall in the first round of the 9AA playoffs. Wall leading Stanley County 15-8 on the Wegner Auto scoreboard. Wegner Auto, the one place to go. Back to Wall in 1 minute on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Philip Motor, always ready to serve you with a winning combination of small-town friendly sales and service and the latest vehicles and trucks from Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, and Chrysler. Your friends and neighbors across the West River Territory have come to depend on Philip Motor. Family-owned for over 40 years, they're known far and wide for offering a relaxing, down-to-earth, helpful car shopping experience. Search online at philipmotor.com or stop by and see their new and pre-owned inventory. Philip Motor proudly supports the Philip Scotties in all school activities and sports. Philip Motor, your small-town dealer.
Have you been in a fender bender recently? Maybe have some hail damage on your vehicle? New Miller Truck and Auto Body specializes in body repairs for cars, pickups, and semis. Located at 3030 East Highway 44 in Rapid City, New Miller Truck and Auto Body is open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Let their experts undo the damage you did. Call 605-342-0537. You've tried the rest, now try the best. New Miller Truck and
Second quarter in Wall, and the Stanley County Buffaloes have given the Wall Eagles a couple of fits, but still Wall is in front by a score of 15-8. I'm David Burrell, Haley Hansen, our studio coordinator, Mike Champagne handling the video, brought to you by Bauman Lumber. Watch it at the KGFX page. After the 4-yard run by Barrett Schweitzer, Stanley County is second down and 6 from their 13. Zabe with a little shovel pass ahead by Brady, but he is stopped at the 14. He didn't gain a lot there. He found Colton Brady. Quinn Moon was near the end of that play, and he's the one who made the stop for a gain of a yard. And Stanley County now with a 3rd down and 5 from their 14. They've actually outgained Wall 94-68. Each team with 3 first downs. Or 95-82, I should say. Those are the passing yardage. 94 now. Remember, Raj Zabe, 6 of 6, 93 yards on that first drive. 3rd and 5, Stanley County from their 14. 2 receivers in motion from right to left. They have Zabe as a receiver, and out of the Wildcat they hand to Schweitzer. Breaks an ankle tackle at the 15, cuts right, but he's back at the 14, and now he's brought down. So they're going to that Wildcat formation again. They sent Zabe as a receiver out that time. And Schweitzer was held up by Quinn Moon, no gain, and now it'll be punt formation for the Buffs. Paxton Deal. 10:44 first half. Wall on top 15-8, but Stanley County did lead for a short time, but they did lead in this game. Rylan McDonald is standing at the Stanley County 45. SC needs a good punt here, but you know that Wall will look for, if they can get it, a return from McDonald, but no, it's going to be Deal kicking it straight left again. Little bit of a bounce for him, but not a whole lot, and Wall's going to be able to set up in Stanley County territory again, this time at the 36-yard line. With 10:19 left in the first half, 15-8, Wall is leading. Lyman has advanced to the second round of the quarterfinal round of the 9A playoffs. They wrapped up a 50-0 victory tonight over Oldham Ramona Rutland in Presho. Next Thursday, they'll again be on KPLO. 1st and 10 Wall at Stanley County's 35. Handed off to Amy out. Right guard runs over. Schweitzer is able to bring him down, but forward to the 30. Amy out is 6'1" and 190. Again, not an enormous team, but Amiot has some strength. They'll spot him at the 31-yard line for a gain of 5 yards. And there's a Buffalo that is not up yet. It might be Schweitzer. I mean, Amiot just ran headlong into him. And I think that is Barrett. We'll take a quick break while they look at him. We'll take 30. 10-1 left first half, 15-8 Wall in front. Back in 30 seconds. 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Auto Body in Rapid City.
Have you heard the bad news? All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, and the wages of sin is death. But have you heard the good news? God demonstrates his own love toward us in this, that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish.
Schweitzer off the field looked to be a cramp. 2nd and 5, Wall, Stanley County 31 under some pressure as Blasius throws. It's caught 25-yard line down to the 23 or 2 as Hayden Rogo is able to make the stop on Rylan McDonald. A little pressure there on Burke Blasius, but McDonald able to bring it in for a first down for Wall. They'll spot it at the 23-yard line of Stanley County. Wall scored first. Stanley County, with an 85-yard drive, had the lead for a few moments in the first quarter. 1st and 10 now for Wall, up 15-8 at SC's 23-yard line. And Burke Blasius under center, but here comes another flag. And did they run out? No, it's an illegal formation here is called against Wall, and that'll back them up 5. That's the 4th penalty here on Wall for 20 yards. Stanley County has been penalized 4 times for 31 yards. Wall back to the Stanley County 28. They can shake that kind of penalty off the way they can put the ball through in the air. McDonald is wide to the left. They run it out of the eye. Mason Heath dotted by Cedar Amiot. The handoff is to Amiot. Round left end. 25-yard line. Tackle broken. Cuts outside the numbers on the left side. 20, 10, 5. End zone. Touchdown. Cedar Amiot as his 2nd of the game. But there is a flag down, so hang on. It would be the 2nd of the game for Amiot if it stands. I don't think it will because Burke Blasius doesn't look very happy, the Wall quarterback. And Brett Distel will have a chat with one of his fellow officials and then tell us what's what. Wall's backing up. Stanley County standing in the end zone. They think it's going to be a conversion coming up. Cedar Amiot's not happy about it, but we still haven't seen a signal. Now we will. And there's no flag, and it's a touchdown. So Amiot runs it in from 28 yards out, and the Wall lead is now at 21-8 over Stanley County with 9:43 left in the first half. So after the deliberation, might have been a block that was close to being in the back that they had to chat about for a moment, but they ruled that it wasn't. So now Blair Blasius will try the extra point. His brother Burke is the holder. Jet Moore snaps it back. Now, linemen stand up for Wall. Now we're ready. So Wall now with a 2-score lead for the first time in this game. Snap a little high, but put down by Burke Blasius, and Blair Blasius boots it through. We'll take a break. 9:43 left in the first half. Wall now 22-8 over Stanley County. Back to Wall in 30 seconds. 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
But have everlasting life. Want to know more about life and hope? Call or text 605-858-3107.
Dakota Antler is the biggest antler buyer in our region. Tony and Derek pay cash all year long for antlers and horns. Deer, elk, moose, and sheep can be cash in your pocket. They'll come to you, too. Find them on Dakota Antlers LLC or online.
It was the 18th touchdown running of the year and the 2nd of the game for Cedar Amiot from 28 yards to end a 36-yard 3-play drive for Wall. Took just 36 seconds, and Blair Blasius with the extra point. Wall now up 22-8 over Stanley County in this first-round 9AA playoff game. Top seed Wall, 16th seed Stanley County. And Blair Blasius set to kick. All the kickoffs have been playable. This one isn't. Goes into the end zone for a touchback. Stanley County will start at the 20 after we make things legal.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. 1060
DakotaAntlers.com. You can also give them a call to set up an appointment. Call Derek at 605-360-3749 or Tony at 605-730.
Stanley County will start from their 20. And again, that is the 35th touchback for Blair Blasius this year in 66 kickoffs. Not too bad. We'll update you on the Peer Governors when we have a moment. But first, here comes Stanley County from their 20, 1st and 10. 2 receivers to the right and 2 to the left also. Zabe, they've gone with that Wildcat, but not here. It's Zabe in his regular pistol position. Scrambles, brought down for a sack. Inside the 15. Quinn Moon was there first for the Wall Eagles, and that is a loss back to the 14-yard line. A loss of 6. James Livermont was in on the play, too, and he was sandwiched. Absolutely nowhere for Brock Zabe to go. The 16th time that Zabe has been sacked this year. 2nd down, 16 for Stanley County from their 14. 5 receivers set it is. Zabe takes a low snap, scrambles to the right, sacked again. Here comes a flag. Zabe is down at around his 12. James Livermont in there again. Let's see what the flag is. As Brett Distol has been busy telling us about these things tonight. It's a hold on Stanley County. Will Wall decline it? Yep, they will. So Livermont with a sack and a half on successive plays. And Stanley County is now back at their 11-yard line. Third down on a lot of field turf. Third down and 19. A beautiful, beautiful field here. And you may remember when Stanley County played Wall in the last decade, and you folks in Wall certainly know this. It used to be, before they built this beautiful facility, the football field was on the other side of I-90. Not terribly convenient for the Eagles then. Third and 19, Stanley County from their 11. Three receivers to the right. Zabe backs to his goal line. Look out, lost the ball. That's a safety. Had it knocked out of his hand by Burke Blasius, and it went out of the back of the end zone for a safety. And that makes it 24-8 for Wall. The ball bounced out of the end zone very quickly. There was no chance for Burke Blasius to recover it. But now with 8:28 to go in the first half, give Wall two more. Second safety that the Eagles have had in this season. And it is a 24-8 Wall lead. Promised an update on Pierre. They're having no problem, as expected, down the road. In Box Elder leading Douglas Patriots 39-0. 3 minutes left in the first half of that game. So it looks like Pierre will have the top seed in the 11AA playoffs, and that would mean hosting the first round next Thursday night. And if they win that, hosting the semifinal on the first Friday in November. That game, of course, is on River 92.7 with Brian Oakland. So they'll set up the tee. You can either punt it or set up the tee here. It's from the 20. It'll be Tyler Leiferman to do it. Rylan McDonald is standing at his 44. So Wall, who's just had the safety, should have good field position here. Great play by Burke Blasius to give his team 2 more points. Leiferman boots it and sends the receiver back to his 33-yard line, 35-40. Up the middle to the 40-yard line of Stanley County. And now down to the 36. That ended up being Cedar Amiot, who had a pretty good head of steam and was able to return that to the Stanley County 36. Cash Richardson near the end of the play. But you talk about the guys with the speed on this team, and he is definitely one of them. That is a 31-yard return on the free kick. Wall's 1st and 10. Stanley County 36, up 24-8. 8:21 left first half. Burke Blasius takes it and runs up the middle. 35-30. Colton Brady has a hand on him as he's down at around the 30. Burke Blasius, the junior, now he has rushed for 4 touchdowns and 10.5 yards. Again, you look at some of these numbers that that Wall has, and they look like they come out of a video game. For the season, coming into tonight, they averaged just under 14 yards a play. Maybe skewed a little. We'll explain why as we move along. 2nd down and 4 for Wall, the Stanley County 30. Running out of the eye. First man through the fullback. Big room! Up the middle, 20, 10, touchdown, Mason Heath. That's his 5th of the year. Just a little inside give to Heath that Stanley County didn't see until it was too late. And Mason Heath runs right up the middle for the touchdown, and Wall follows the 2-pointer with a 6-pointer and increases their lead to 30-8. Blair Blasius will again try the extra point. Burke Blasius holds. Jetmore the snap. It all works. The kick is good, and we'll take a break. 7:37 left first half. Wall in control now. They're leading Stanley County 31-8. Back in 30 seconds.
A proud supporter of all local athletics and activities.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
We hope you are all in.
Wall strikes again, first after the safety. Then the big return off the free kick by Cedar Ramey out of 31 yards. It only took 2 plays for Wall to score after that in 51 seconds on the 36-yard drive. Blair Blasius will kick 31-8 now for Wall. Hansen and Schweitzer inside their 5. Line drive kick into the end zone again. Another touchback, and for the second straight time, Stanley County will start at the 20. So 7:37 remains in the first half. Now there's work to do for Stanley County. If they want to make this a 3 or 4 quarter game, they must be able to move the ball. They did so well on that first drive with Brock Zabe through the air, but the running game just hasn't happened for Stanley County tonight. In fact, it is minus 19 after that counts the sack. The 2 sacks and the play where Zabe was hit in the end zone that led to the safety a moment ago. Stanley County out at their 20, 1st and 10. Down 31-8. Valuable experience being gained by these young players, though. 3 receivers to the right. Zabe is under center, and a quick throw right is caught, and then a blast right away for a loss. Colton Brady was just zapped by Blair Blasius. Hit him hard. Loss of a little more than a yard back to the 19. And the Wall Eagles are saying, we're through fooling around here. 2nd down and 11, Stanley County at their 19. Top-seeded Wall with an incredible offense, and their defense does the job too. 3 receivers to the right. Zabe throws, looks that way, going long for Schweitzer, and it is incomplete. A little behind him. Ball didn't quite make it to him. Rylan McDonald had the coverage. It was at the Stanley County 39-yard line, and now it'll be 3rd down. Again, you look at these offensive numbers, and they're amazing. I'll give you a comparison. For the season, Wall was outscored their opponents 418-32. Here's the comparison. Stanley County coming into tonight with 175 points for the season. Wall has 196 points, or did coming in first quarters. 3rd and 11, Stanley County from their 19. 2 receivers to the left. The officials will stop things because Stanley County has taken their final timeout of this first half. An Integra timeout, and we'll take 30. 6:52 in the first half with Wall leading Stanley County 31-8.
Enjoying
back
the
to Wall
student
for
productions
playoff
of your
action
school.
Continuing in 30 seconds
Tonight's
here on
event
1060,
and every event produced by your school during the
HSFB.
school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing.
On KGFX, we'll update it further at halftime, but for the interest of you fans in Wall, wondering who the Eagles, if they win, would play next week, well, it's looking like it may be the Bonhomme Cavaliers who are blasting Ipswich in Tyndall tonight. 34-6 at halftime. That's an Ipswich team that can put a lot of points on the board, but as Stanley County saw earlier this year over there, so can those Cavaliers. Stanley County, after their last time out of the first half, they're 3rd and 11 from their 19. 6:52 left in the half. Wall leads 31-8. Man in motion is Hansen. Low snap. Comes to Zabe. Pressure again. They've been on him all night. He breaks out of one tackle, throws to the left for Hansen. Caught. Nice catch. It is 15, but only made it to his 19. Now, that was a big scramble there, and a good recovery by Hansen to come back to the football, and Norman Livermont, the defensive end, was able to hold Chase Hansen Back for about a yard to the 20. So Stanley County faces 4th down. And again, there's still 6:14 left in the half. And again, the aim for Stanley County, trying to make this more than a 2-quarter football game, because you know Wall is starting to think, and they have a lot of work to do to get there. But they're up 23 now. They have a lot of work to get it to 50, but again, they have done this 6 times this year. They've only played 2 full games. And Stanley County, why not? Keeps the offense on the field. Little hand, double reverse, and deal with a throw left. It is caught on a dive by Zabe, or is it not? Wall says no, and now the official says he caught it, Zabe did, but it's short of the first down. Well, it was a good attempt there by Zabe to dive forward, but a couple of yards short of where he needed. It only made it to the Stanley County 28-yard line. So Wall will start again in Stanley County territory with 5:44 left in the first half, leading 31-8. Cedar Amiot has 2 touchdown runs for Wall. Mason Heath with 1, and Blair Blasius has a touchdown pass. Or Burke Blasius does 2, Blair Blasius. Burke is a junior, Blair is a senior. Burke is the quarterback, and he is under center. Sends Blair in a tight end to the left. Pitch left to Amiot. Wants a block. Tries to cut outside. Out of Hanson's tackle, 25-20. Left sideline, 10. 5 gone. Cedar Amiot broke 1 Chase Hansen tackle and put on the burners again for his 3rd touchdown run of the night. And on one play, Wall scores again and boosts the lead to 37-8. That's 28 more yards, and Amiot is now up to 75 with 3 touchdowns on only 6 carries. And Blair Blasius again will attempt the extra point. It's on the way, and it's good. We'll take a break. 5:34 left in the first half. The lead now 30 for Wall over Stanley County at 38-8. More playoff action from Wall in 30 seconds on 1060 103.1 KGFX.
Mountain biking and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect.
Stanley County put a brief scare into Wall, but the Eagles have turned on the gas now, and they're now up by 30. 1-play drive there on the Cedar Amiot 28-yard touchdown run. Blair Blasius with another extra point. 38-8 Wall. 5:34 left in the first half. Again, Stanley County's mission, move the ball when they have it here. Will Blair Blasius boot it in the end zone again? Yes, he did. 3rd straight time for a touchback. And Stanley County will start from their 20. Why don't we check on what's going on in Oneida? Potter County is leading Sully Buttes at the half by a score of 12-6. Sully Buttes won by 30 when they played in the regular season. Star 99 with that game with Dave Williams and the newest member of the DRG Media Group family, KC Miners. We're so glad to have KC with us. Stanley County here now down 30 with 5:34 left in the first half, 38-8. 1st and 10 from right to left at their 20. And here comes another flag. As again, something is wrong in the line for Stanley County. Illegal procedure, and Stanley County is set back 5. And that'll be to their 15-yard line on the 5th Stanley County penalty so far in this game for 36 yards. And again, not what SC needs. They need to move the ball. They're 1st and 15 from their 15. Brady out of the backfield sets up as a slot to the right. They line up directly bisecting the hashes and hand it off at left guard, and a big scrum with not a lot of room is believe that's Schweitzer who carried it. No, it's Q Bourne. Q Bourne has had one carry before that, and he had a yard there to the 16. Bourne had his first catch in varsity last week. Down to 5 minutes first half. Now Stanley County down 38-8. And again, you can see what they're doing. They're trying to run time off the clock and maybe at this point for them delay the inevitable. On second down, low snap, Zabe's able to take it. Rolls the pocket to the right. Lost it right side once. Brady and incomplete, nearly intercepted. Stepping in front of him, in front of Colton Brady, was the cornerback Brody Sundahl, who nearly had his second interception of the year. Now third and long for SC from their 16. It'll be third down and 14. On KGFX, again, we'll update playoff action for you at halftime and what the peer governors are doing too. And other Stanley County fall sports. We'll have volleyball for you on Tuesday, November 1st. 6A first round action in volleyball here on KGFX. Third and 14 SC from their 16. Zabe with a throw. Looks right, throws left. Caught by Schweitzer, in trouble. 20-yard line. Knocked down hard. Only made it to his 22. Ball came out, but he's ruled to be down. Barrett able to make the catch, but James Livermore got in, Livermont got in another good lick. Gain of 8 for Stanley County. They're to their 24. That'll make it fourth down and 6. And in punt formation, Paxton Deal. 4:03 left in the first half. Stanley County led briefly in the first quarter, but it's been all Wall since. Pass back to Deal. He throws out of it and finds Cash Richardson. 28-30. First down. 40-yard line. You heard Max Post say nothing's going to be left in the tank. Well, Deal with a completion there to Cash Richardson and give Stanley County the first down. Good play on the fake punt. Cedar Emiont made the stop. Cash Richardson has his first varsity reception. And Paxton Deal, well, he tried to pass earlier. He's tried a few. In fact, he's 4 out of 5 tonight. First and 10 Stanley County. They keep the ball. And they're at their 39 with 3:34 left in the first half and Wall up 38-8. From right to left, Zabe takes the snap, looks for room at right guard. Forward back to the line of scrimmage, but in the arms of the junior Quinn Moon goes Brock Zabe. Off of the scramble. And Zabe just keeping the football. And again, Stanley County keeping it on the ground when they can. Again, they didn't want to play a two-quarter game tonight, which, of course, was the danger for them, for this young team. Wall just doesn't have long drives. You fans in Wall know that. They want big plays. They try big plays in their warm-up. Now Brock Zabe, as time is stopped, is tying his football cleats. I think he's tied both of them. Now the clock will start again, just under 3 minutes left in the half. Second and 10 Stanley County from their 39. Bauman Lumber with our player of the game and our family dental with Pierre and Gettysburg postgame. Zabe in motion as out of the Wildcat. They bring up the Schweitzer again, and he's forward, but maybe to the 40 and no more. As James Livermont was in there again for another hit. And yes, only a yard here for Barrett Schweitzer to his 40. Wall not going to be interested in using timeouts. They're hoping they get the ball back soon. It's down 2:23 in the first half. 38-8, Wall on top. 3 touchdown runs for Cedar Amiot in this game for Wall. Stanley County 0 of 7 on third down. 3rd and 9 from their 40. Wildcat again, and they hand it from Schweitzer to Zabe, who now throws right, double coverage. It's knocked away, and 2 flags come down as Hansen was knocked down. This may be a first down for Stanley County. Blasius was coming back trying to cover Hansen and knocked the ball down, but I think knocked Chase down too. And Brett Distel will confirm it is interference, pass interference on Ball Eagles. And this will give Stanley County a first down at the Wall 45-yard line. Fifth first down for Stanley County. Sets up in Wall territory, 2:01 left in the half. Wall up 38-8. Stanley County driving. And again, trying to make it more than a two-quarter game. Looks like they will now. Man in motion is Hansen. Hand off to Brady. One tackle broken. Left side 40 and near the 39. Good run out of something that didn't look like it was going to be very good for Colton Brady. Blair Blasius was there. Gain of 6, though, out of what could have been a 1 or 2 yard loss. Second down and 4 SC at the Wall 39. They come to the line quickly. We're down to 90 seconds left in the first half. 38-8 Wall in the lead. Stanley County from right to left. Oh, the snap is a little dribbler, and Zabe is brought down. It is the Stanley County, or the Wall 44. That sack goes to Norman Livermont. There's number 7 for him. And Wall is going to stop the clock here to try to get the ball back. With 1:16 left, first half, an Agtegra timeout. We're back in 30 with Wall leading Stanley County 38-8. Back in 30 seconds on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. This
Phillip Health Services proudly supports youth activities in our rural communities. Phillip Clinic and Kadoka Clinic physicians and caregivers will provide you and your family with a personalized care experience. The clinic staff extend a sense
with a big
of
lead of 38-8, but against what Stanley County will try to do now, they're going to make this, it appears, beyond a two-quarter game. Now the mission, you gain another first down here, the Buffs say, and they say, hey, we can not have a running clock at the start of the second half. But some wondered whether there'd even be a second half of this game. We're pretty sure there will be now. So the sack just outside the 44. Let's call it third down and a long 9 here. Stanley County has a 5-receiver set. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Schweitzer in motion, and takes it on the sweep around right end only to the 45 before he is pushed back. Led by James Livermont. Wall's going to take another timeout, and so will we. With 1:07 left in the half, another Agtegra timeout. Acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning
family and
potential.
strive to improve the quality of life for all those who are entrusted to their care. When you or a loved one needs medical attention, choose a personal care experience at Phillip or Kadoka Clinic. Open 6 days a week for hours and more helpful information. See their weekly ad in the Pioneer Review or visit them online. Phillip Health Service, a personal care experience.
Crew Agency is your agri-risk management specialist since 1984. They offer all your crop insurance needs, including multi-peril crop insurance, pasture rangeland and forage, livestock risk protection, and crop hail. Crew Agency has been protecting the local farmer and rancher for the past 35 years and are a proud supporter of all our local schools, athletics, and communities. They'd like to wish all our local athletes...
Wall knows full well what Stanley County's trying to do here. Keep it out of their hands and keep the offense off the field. Stanley County is going to keep their offense on the field, you would imagine here. Sure they will. 4th down and 10 at the Wall 45. Now each team has used their full allotment of timeouts. 1:07 left in the first half. Wall leading in this 9AA first-round game 38-8. 2 receivers each way. They're at the right hash, wide side to the left. Deal will send in motion. Low snap taken by Zabe. Throws down the middle. Underthrown, incomplete. It'll be Wall's football either way. Brody Sundo almost again had an interception, but the pass didn't make it to Schweitzer. And now with 1:02 left in the first half, Wall will take over. And you know what they'll be thinking. Starting from their 45, leading 38-8. But now They want to do what Stanley County was trying to prevent and have a running clock at the start of the second half. In case you're a casual fan, if you have a 35-point lead in the second half, the clock runs when it normally would not. A 50-point lead at halftime or any point in the second half ends the game, and Wall's had that 6 times this year. 1st and 10 Wall from their 45. Burke Blasius is under some pressure and throws a toss right. Amy out at his 42-45. Midfield, Stanley County 40. Tackle broken. Here comes a flag. Schweitzer brings him down at the 35-yard line of Stanley County, but there was a flag while Amiot was making his run down the right sideline. Official put his head to his cap. Not referee Brett Distel. They will talk it over. This one is face mask. And that's all they tell us. I assume against Stanley County, but they have not moved the football. The gain was to the 35-yard line of Stanley County on the pass to Amiot. It's declined. All right, so it's a 20-yard gain. 53 seconds left in the half. Wall's 1st and 10. Stanley County's 35, leading 38-8 in this 9AA first-round playoff game. But again, wonderful experience for the Stanley County team. 2 receivers each way now. Burke Blasius stands at the 40. Throws right, little wobble. Oh, Amiot still caught it. 13-yard line, and now down at the 12 with Barrett Schweitzer stopping the play, and he's out of bounds. Bit of an awkward play there as Amiot was brought in by Barrett Schweitzer, but the completion is wiped out by a penalty. Wall's called for holding. So that wipes out a play that would have put Wall in Stanley County's red zone. Instead, they're going to be back all the way to the Wall 49. Clock runs, 41 seconds left in the first half. 1st and 26 for Wall from their 49. Burke Blasius under some pressure. Now airs it out left. Prince over there to cover, and it's incomplete. He was going for Amiot near the 23-yard line of Stanley County. Got a lot under it, and Prince was over there to make good coverage, too. We're down to 32 seconds left in the first half. Wall now still only at 2nd down, so they are 2nd and 26 from their 49, but they still have 32 seconds. No timeouts left. 38-8 Wall on top in this first round 9AA playoff game in Wall. We're glad to have you with us. 3 receivers on the short side to the right. Burke Blasius, good protection. Throws right. It's caught, and a wonderful catch by Strand Williams. 20-10, cuts left, 10-5, end zone touchdown. He'd overthrown Strand Williams by a couple of yards, but the senior reached out and caught it for his 3rd touchdown catch of the year. But again, that's timing too, and they work on that. Most of their offensive warm-up for this team is that timing to make that sort of play work. And even if a ball is even overthrown like it was or a little underthrown, these receivers know how to come back to it. And Blair Blasius will try the extra point. It's good. And that makes the lead 37 for Wall. With 23 seconds left in the first half, we'll take a break. Wall is 45-8 up on Stanley County, and we'll return to Wall in 30 seconds on 1060 103.1 KGFS.
It's good luck this week. Give them a call at 605-433-5411. Crew Agency is an equal opportunity provider.
Farmers know crop insurance is essential for managing risk. It's also valuable for maximizing revenue. The crop insurance officers at Farm Credit Services of America have proprietary tools and expertise to deliver the personalized crop and revenue protection you need for the peace of mind you want. Nobody delivers crop insurance like this.
With that touchdown pass, Burke Blasius is now 7 of 8 for 147 yards. That's what this guy does. 2 touchdowns. And Wall now with a 45-8 lead over Stanley County. 3-play, 55-yard drive in 39 seconds. Blair Blasius will try to give it another big boot. 23 seconds left in the half. Line drive kick lands 7 yards into the end zone. A 4th straight touchback. Our Family Dental Appear in Gettysburg halftime report on the way. Have numbers from the first half and, of course, other playoff scores. So we will have at least some of the second half of this game, it appears. 45-8 Wall in front. The top-seeded Eagles, who came into this game outscoring their opponents 359-24 in the first half this season. They're quite a team. Stanley County from their 23, 1st and 10 with Brock Zabe under center. Stretch handoff to Brady. Didn't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as he was plowed under by Burke Blasius back at the 19, and that'll be the last play of the first half. Well, Stanley County can at least say that for a short time in the first quarter, they had the lead on the top seed. But the Wall Eagles got it going after that. Cedar Amiot has 3 touchdown runs. Also 2 touchdown passes for Burke Blasius. And Wall has a 45-8 lead over Stanley County at the half in this 9AA first-round playoff game in Wall. On the Wegner Auto scoreboard, Wegner Auto, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer. They've been in Pierre since 1908. Stick around for the Family Dental Appear in Gettysburg halftime report, first half numbers, and a look at other playoff and regular season scores. And we'll do all that when we return to Wall in 3 minutes.
We want our children to have everything they'll need
KGFX
to live fulfilling and productive lives.
The DRG News app.
Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that's someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and
halftime in Wall, and the Wall Eagles actually trailed briefly in this first half to the 16th seed Stanley County Buffaloes, but Wall got their offense going again after that, and they have rushed out to a 45-8 lead over Stanley County at the half in this 9AA first-round playoff game. I'm David Burrell. Haley Hansen, our studio coordinator, Mike Champagne, taking care of the video tonight. Remember, you can watch it, brought to you by Baldwin Lumber at the KGFX page at drgnews.com and the DRG News app. So glad to have you with us. Well, it was Wall who scored first in this game. Took a 7-0 lead early first quarter. First time they had the ball. 23-yard touchdown pass from Burke to Blair Glacius. They are brothers. But then Stanley County put together an 85-yard drive in 9 plays. In fact, Brock Zabe was perfect on the drive. He went 6 for 6, and the last one was a 4-yard touchdown pass to Blaze Frost with 2:50 left in the first quarter. And then Zabe found Chase Hansen with a 2-point conversion. And Stanley County, the 16th seed, had an 8-7 lead, but then Wall, right after that,
more choices,
came back. 47-yard drive ended with Cedar Amiot's first touchdown of the night from a yard. 15-8 for Wall after they went for 2 and made it.
Season,
Early
Seed
second
Company in
quarter,
New Underwood loves to provide
another
great pricing,
touchdown
up-to-date agronomic advice, speedy load times, and exceptional customer service. We carry lawn care products, Flotoxin pellets and tablets, liquid fertilizer, seed, and chemical in all different sizes. Please give Hefty Seed a call at 605-754-6170 for anything you need to make your future farming season a growing success. Everyone at Hefty Seed Company wishes everyone a safe and wonderful school year and the best of luck in all your sports seasons.
For Amiotto with a big first half.
Grossenberg Implement knows you can't put a price on safety. That's why John Deere Safes are priceless. This week, Grossenberg Implement is offering 8% discount on all in-stock safes. Each has a lifetime repair or replacement warranty
with another
against break-in,
touchdown pass
attempted
second
break-in,
of the first half
and
on a
fire
great
damage.
catch by Strand
Plus,
Williams.
they are beautiful enough with several different styles to choose from to display anywhere in your home. Stop in today and get your safe at Grossenberg
averaged over
Implement.
52 points a game. Look to be on their way to
Philip
that
Motor,
number
always ready to
again.
serve you with a winning combination of
They outgained
small-town
Stanley
friendly
County
sales and
58
service
to
and the
107,
latest vehicles and trucks from Ford,
111
Lincoln,
yards
Dodge, and
rushing
Chrysler.
for Wall
Your
and
friends and neighbors
147
across the West
passing.
River
Stanley County
Territory
with
have come to
125
depend on
passing
Philip
and
Motor.
minus
Family owned for over 40 years.
18
They're known far and wide for
Wall
offering
had
a
9
relaxing,
first downs in the first half.
down-to-earth,
Stanley
helpful car
County
shopping experience.
with 5.
Search online at
Stanley
philipmotor.com.
County tried their
or
best to
stop
keep
by
the
and
ball
see
away and
their
did
new and
so
pre-owned inventory. Philip
fairly
Motor proudly
well,
supports the Philip
having the
Scotties
ball
in all
18
school
minutes and
activities
52
and
seconds.
sports.
But
Philip
time
Motor,
of
your
possession doesn't
small-town
mean a
dealer.
thing to these Wall Eagles because
Have
they
you
can
been in a
strike so
fender
quickly
bender
as they have
recently?
tonight. They had
Maybe
only
have some
5
hail
minutes and 8
damage on your
seconds
vehicle?
in the
New
first
Miller
half.
Truck and Auto Body
Stanley County
specializes
will
in
evade
body
on third down,
repairs
but
for
3 of
cars,
5 on
pickups, and
fourth down.
semis.
Wall
Located
has
at
not had a
3030
third
East
down
Highway
try
44
in this
in Rapid
game
City.
yet tonight.
New Miller
Amiot
Truck and Auto
75
Body is
yards
open
on
Monday
6
through
carries
Friday from 8
rushing.
to 5.
Mason
Let
Heath the
their
1 carry for 30
experts undo
yards
the damage
and the
you
touchdown.
did.
Burke
Call
Glacius 7 of 8, 147 yards passing, 2 touchdowns.
605-342-0537.
McDonald
You've tried
3
the
catches,
rest. Now
41.
try the
Amiot
best.
2 for
New
32.
Miller Truck
Strand
and
Williams
Auto
1
Body in
for
Rapid
1.
City.
Blair Glacius 1 for 23.
Have you heard the bad news?
Aaron Schweitzer with
All
6
have
yards
sinned
rushing
and
to
fall short
lead
of the glory of
Stanley
God.
County, but
The wages of
everybody
sin
else
is
has
death.
struggled. Q Bourne had 1
But have
carry
you
for a
heard the
yard,
good
everybody
news?
else in negative
God
numbers.
demonstrates his own love toward
Colton
us
Brady
in
had
this,
3
that while we were
catches, 8
still
yards in the
sinners,
first
Christ
half.
died for us.
Hanson,
God
Zabe,
so loved the
remember a
world that he gave
deal
his
threw
only
him a
begotten
couple
Son,
of
that
passes.
whosoever believes in
You
him
know, and
shall not
also
perish, but have
Deal completed
everlasting
1
life.
to Cash
Want to know
Richardson
more
off the
about
fake
life
punt.
and
Deal
hope?
was 4 for 6
Call
in
or
the first half.
text
So Stanley County
605-858-3107.
trying a lot of the tricks as Max Foth
Dakota
hinted
Antler is
that
the
they would.
biggest
But it
antler
has been
buyer
all
in our
Wall
region.
in this
Tony
first
and
half,
Derek
and they're
pay
up
cash
45
all year long for antlers
at
and
the half
horns.
over Stanley
Deer,
County. We
elk,
have some
moose,
time
and
to tell you
sheep
about
can be
playoff
cash in your
action.
pocket. They'll come to
And
you
in
too.
9AA.
Find them on Dakota
And for those
Antlers
of you who are
LLC
interested
or online at
who the Eagles are going to get next, look like
DakotaAntlers.com. You can also give them a call to set up an appointment. Call Derek at 605-360-3749 or Tony at 605-730-0108.
Central South Dakota teams in 9AA, looking like the two-year reign of Platte Geddes' 9AA state champions will come to an end. Black Panthers did lead earlier at Hanson, but now the Beavers well in front, 42-18 with 7 minutes to go. Kimball Wine Lake hanging fairly tough at Elkton Lake Benton, but that good Elk team looking to stay unbeaten leads 26-12 over the Wildcats. That's with 7 minutes to go in that game. Lyman's on to the
Farmers Union Insurance
quarterfinals of the 9A playoffs after a 50-0 win tonight over Oldham Ramona.
We hope you are
Rutland,
all
and next
enjoying the
Thursday
student productions of
in
your school.
Presho,
Tonight's event
the
and
Raiders
every
will
event
host
produced by your
Castlewood, and
school
that
during the
game will
school
be on
year
94.5,
are created, filmed, and
100.5
produced by the students you
KPLO.
love to follow and support.
Another good night for
Become
the
a
Scotties
booster
as
of
they
your school's
improved
live
to
event coverage by
8-1.
becoming
They
a
defeated
sponsor.
Estewine
It's a great
Hendricks
way to show your
36-0.
support of the
They'll
athletes
get
and students in
Harding
your
County
community.
Bison. That'll be
As
in
a sponsor, you'll
Buffalo
get great visibility
in
for
the
your business,
quarterfinal round
organization,
next
or
week.
family by
Gregory
supporting
moves
the
on to
live
the quarters after a
productions of your
50-0 victory over Iroquois Lake
Limestone
Preston. Looks like they'll have
Canyons,
Wolsey,
Falling Waterfalls, and
Wessington,
Pristine Beauty makes
Warbridge
Spearfish
running
a
over
sanctuary
Dubrook area
for those
midway
seeking
through the
ultimate
third,
escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find
41-0.
top-notch sport
First
climbing,
round
mountain biking,
in
and UTV
9B
OHV
tonight.
trails. Guests
Top
are
seed
steps
Harriet
away
Selby
from
area,
peaceful
no
hiking trails
problem
and
with Lemon
tranquil
McIntosh,
streams. Relax and rehash your day's
56-6 in
adventure at one of our
Selby. The
award-winning
Wolverines
local
improved to
breweries.
9-0. Looks like they'll get Avon. They and Faulkton area, the Pirates, and Faulkton having a wild one, 74-48 Avon, still with 4 minutes to go in that game. In Oneida, still
This
anybody's
is
game
what
with 10
matters.
minutes left. Sully
This is
Buse,
beyond
last we
X's
had
and
reported
O's.
Potter County had the lead,
This
but
is
the
the
Chargers
difference
now back in
mutual
front,
respect
14-12. 10
This is
minutes
what
left in that
character looks
game.
like.
That's on Star 99
This is what
in
defines
Robridge.
us in South Dakota.
Jones County
This
in
is
the playoffs for the
sportsmanship.
second year in a row, but
School
ran into that
sports.
good unbeaten
It's not the
Hitchcock
outcome
Tulare
that
team
matters most,
tonight in
but the
Tulare.
way the games
Patriots
are
were
played.
50
This
to
message
nothing
presented by
winning.
the South Dakota High School Activities
The
Association and the
Buffalo
South
last week
Dakota
trailing Del
Interscholastic
Rapids St.
Athletic
Mary with 5
Administrators
minutes to go.
Association.
30-20. Kadoka area onto the quarters
This
after a
is-
Phillip Health
60-6
Services
win over
proudly
New
supports
Underwood.
youth activities in
And
our
they
rural
are on
communities.
to
Phillip
meet
Clinic
DeSmet
and Kadoka Clinic
in
physicians and
Kadoka next
caregivers will
Thursday
provide
night
you
in the
and your family with a
quarterfinals.
personalized care
DeSmet,
experience.
Stanley
The clinic
County
staff
saw
extend
earlier
a
this
sense
year
of family and
was a
strive to
50-0
improve the quality
winner
of life for
over
all those who
Cologne.
are entrusted to
In
their care.
11B,
When you or a loved one needs medical
winning streak
attention,
is now
choose
at
a personal
32.
care experience
Warriors
at
on to the
Phillip or
quarterfinals
Kadoka
after a
Clinic. Open 6 days a
62-7
week
win over
for
the
hours
Deadwood.
and more helpful
They'll get
information.
Dual and
See
winner
their
next
weekly
Thursday.
ad in the
Dual
Pioneer
over St.
Review or
Thomas
visit them
More,
online. Phillip
27-10.
Health Service, a
Well,
personal
Pollock
care
able to win
experience.
last week. That put the
Brew
Tigers into the
Agency is your
postseason,
agri-risk management
but it's going to be
specialist
one and done, it
since
appears, as they're
1984.
trailing
They offer
Aberdeen
all
Ron
your
County with
crop
10 minutes to
insurance
go.
needs, including multi-peril
46
crop
to nothing.
insurance, pasture
That game is on
rangeland and forest,
the
livestock
KOLY
risk protection,
page
and crop hail.
at
Brew Agency has been protecting the local
DRGnews.com.
farmer and rancher for
Now
the past
to regular
35 years,
season
and are a
play in
proud supporter
11A.
of all our
Chamberlain
local
ending
schools,
their
athletics,
season
and communities.
tonight.
They'd like to
A
wish
win
all our
probably
local
wouldn't have done them
athletes
any
luck
good.
this week.
They're
Give them a
12th in the
call
seat
at
point standings,
605-433-5411.
but they're trailing anyway at Canton 38 to nothing with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Pier well on their way, the
crop
Governors, to
insurance
becoming the
is
top seed
essential
in
for managing
11AA
risk.
after that big win
It's
last
also
Friday
valuable for
over
maximizing
T area.
revenue.
Tonight,
The
they're
crop
leading
insurance
Douglas just
officers
down
of
I-90
Farm
over in
Credit
Box
Services
Elder,
of America
46 to
have
nothing midway through the
proprietary
third
tools
quarter,
and
and Brian
expertise
Oakland
to
has
deliver
that
the
game for you
personalized crop
on
and revenue
River
protection you
92.7.
need.
That's some of
The
what
peace
is
of mind
happening
you want.
in South
Nobody
Dakota
delivers
playoff
crop
and regular
insurance
season
like
football.
this.
Regular season
Discover
ending
the
tonight
difference
in the
by
top
calling
3 11-man
800-884
classes. Playoffs
farm.
beginning in 11B
Agriculture works
and
here.
9-man. Look on the KGFX page.
Want a successful farming season? Hefty Seed Company in New Underwood loves to provide great pricing, up-to-date agronomic advice, speedy load times, and exceptional customer service.
Stanley
We carry
County
lawn care
Buffaloes,
products,
they have
Photocin
tried all
pellets and
sorts of
tablets,
things.
liquid
Quick
fertilizer,
plays,
seed,
tried to
and
slow
chemical
the
in
game
all different
down. They
sizes.
did
Please
keep
give
ball
Hefty Seed a
off the
call at
field for some of the first half, but the Eagles offense
70 for anything you need to make your future farming season a growing success. Everyone at Hefty Seed Company wishes everyone a safe and wonderful school year and the best of luck in all your sports seasons.
is set to receive
Rosenberg Implement
the
knows
second
you
half
can't
kickoff.
put a price on safety.
I
That's
have a
why
feeling
John Deere
Stanley County's
safes
going
are
to try
priceless.
something.
This week,
We'll have that
Rosenberg
second
Implement
half
is offering
kickoff
8%
when we
discount on
return to
all
Wall
in-stock
in
safes.
3
Each
minutes.
has a
3-minute
lifetime
break,
repair
then we're
or
back. And
replacement
this is high
warranty
school
against
playoff
break-in,
football
attempted
featuring
break-in,
the Stanley
and
County
fire
Buffaloes
damage.
on 1060,
Plus, they are
103.1
beautiful enough with
BGM.
several different styles to choose from to display anywhere in your home. Stop in today and get your safe at Rosenberg Implement.
Philip Motor, always ready to serve you with a winning combination of small-town friendly sales and service and the latest vehicles and trucks from Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, and Chrysler. Your friends and neighbors across the West River Territory have come to depend on Philip Motor. Family-owned for over 40 years, they're known far and wide for offering a relaxing, down-to-earth, helpful car shopping experience. Search online at philipmotor.com or stop by and see their new and pre-owned inventory. Philip Motor proudly supports the Philip Scotties in all school activities and sports. Philip Motor, your small-town dealer.
Have you been in a fender bender recently? Maybe have some hail damage on your vehicle? New Miller Truck and Auto Body specializes in body repairs for cars, pickups, and semis. Located at 3030 East Highway 44 in Rapid City, New Miller Truck and Auto Body is open Monday through Friday from 8 to 5. Let their experts undo the damage you did. Call 605-342-0537. You've tried the rest, now try the best. New Miller Truck and Auto Body in Rapid City.
Have you heard the bad news? All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God, and the wages of sin is death. But have you heard the good news? God demonstrates his own love toward us in this, that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. Want to know more about life and hope? Call or text 605-858-3107.
Dakota Antler is the biggest antler buyer in our region. Tony and Derek pay cash all year long for antlers and horns. Deer, elk, moose, and sheep can be cash in your pocket. They'll come to you too. Find them on Dakota Antlers LLC or online at dakotaantlers.com. You can also give them a call to set up an appointment. Call Derek at 605-360-3749 or Tony at 605-730-0108. Dakota Antler, a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you.
Here we go with the second half in Wall. Stanley County trailing Wall 45-8. 9AA playoffs first round. Stanley County will kick. Rylan McDonald's only standing at his 21. I think he's expecting what we're expecting. Stanley County to try something tricky. Yep, onside kick try. It goes 10 yards. Now it's loose. Did Stanley County fall on this? Did they at the 49-yard line of Wall? They did! It works for the first time as Colton Brady has the football. An Eagle nearly dove on it, but Stanley County is able to steal the first possession of the second half. Colton Brady, it's right on the midfield stripe. It has to go 10 yards, you know, unless a Wall player touches it. And I think a Wall player did, and that allowed Brady to land on it. So Stanley County will have the first possession of this second half. They've tried the onside kick for a few weeks now. Third time they tried it tonight. First time it works. First and 10, Stanley County at midfield. Brock Zabe in the shotgun, runs out of it 45, up the middle, 40-yard line of Wall. That is a first down. Burke Blasius is able to bring him down, but Brock Zabe just takes it right up the middle for a first down, and the best running play by far that Stanley County has had tonight. That's a 10-yard gain. They had minus 18 rushing in the first half. But they have it here 1st and 10 at Wall's 40. Remember, with a 35-point game, the rule is a running clock in the second half, so the clock would run when it normally would not on incomplete passes and those sorts of things. 1st and 10, Stanley County at the Wall 40. Zabe with a toss back to Deal and wants to throw up. Here comes a flag, and the pass got knocked out of his hand. It's incomplete. Batted down by Brody Sundel, but a flag came down anyway. Brett Distel has had to give us a lot of signals tonight, and he'll give another, and it's a hold on Stanley County, which you're pretty sure Wall will take here. Well, we'll see. Lex Heathershaw, the former Stanley County assistant, says, yeah, push him back, sure. 6th penalty of this game on Stanley County. Line of scrimmage was the Wall 40. But now, Stanley County is going to be back all the way at their 41. Yikes, that makes it 1st and 29 for Stanley County. 3 receivers set. Oh, someone came across, Burke Blaze just came across the line of scrimmage, and the play was stopped. As Burke's going to be called for encroachment. To give 5 yards back to Stanley County. Well, it hasn't been the cleanest game. That's the 7th penalty on Wall. 6 on Stanley County. From their 45-yard line, Stanley County is 1st and 25 now. Here's another flag. Well, this is getting to be a little messy now. At least the clock keeps running. 9:38 in the third, but Stanley County is now called for illegal motion, the 7th penalty on the Buffaloes. So, again, even though it'll be the last film session, we'll still be say, guys, remember this next year. Not the sort of things we can do. Only 5 seniors on this Buffalo team. Chase Hansen, one of them, comes off the field. Back to a 1st and 30 for Stanley County from their 40. Zabe out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left. Little toss ahead, deflected and incomplete. Zabe nearly caught his own pass. He tried a shovel pass that was knocked away, came back towards Brock Zabe, but the ball bounced on one hop in front of him. Yes, a quarterback can catch his own pass if a defensive player touches it. It's incomplete. And 2nd down and 30 for Stanley County from their 40. Again, with the 35-point lead, that clock will continue to run. Bonhomme now leading Ipswich for the interest of you fans in Wall, 34-12 as the 4th quarter begins in Tyndall. Bonhomme trying to hang on that lead. They would come here to Wall if they hang on for action next Thursday night in the quarters. Low snap, but here comes a flag and stops the play again as more yellow flags come out. Stanley County, Wall is called this time for another encroachment penalty. Nope, it's against Stanley County. My bad, he gave the wrong signal at first. So this will send the Buffs back to, should be the 35. Oh, you've got me. They haven't put the ball down yet. But that clock keeps running, probably fortunate for everyone. 7:35 left in the 3rd quarter. Wall 45, Stanley County 8. The Eagles look like they'll be 9-0 and on to the quarterfinals. They'll host again. Of course, they would host through the semifinals if they keep winning. They're assured of that, being the top seed, just ahead of Howard. Of course, it was Howard that knocked out Wall in the 9A semifinals last year, and both teams up to 9AA this year. 2nd and 35 for Stanley County at their 35. From right to left, snap back to Zabe and handed to Schweitzer. Round right end, cuts back up 39-40, but no more. Blair Blasius is there to stop him. Gain was held to 5. Stanley County from their 40, still with third and very long. 3rd and 30. They need the wall 30 for a first down. They recovered the onside kick to start this second half, and they've eaten up about half of the third quarter. And again, keeping that Wall offense off the field. Wall has had the ball just over 5 minutes tonight and still scored 45 points. That's the way the Eagles do things, as you Wall fans know. 3rd and 30 for Stanley County from their 40. Brady in a slot right. 2 receivers each way now. Near the right hash. Snap to Zabe. Some pressure. Throws a screen left. Schweitzer caught it and it's 37, 40, 45. Tackle broken. Here comes another flag. Schweitzer's to midfield before he's brought in again by Blair Blasius. But the flag will be determined to be another hold on Stanley County. Lex Heathershaw may decide to decline this penalty. Yes, he will. So the completion to Schweitzer is to midfield. 10-yard gain, but still 4th and 20 for Stanley County. In punt formation will be Paxton Deal, but they've thrown out of this a couple of times tonight. Unless the offense stays on the field. I think the offense is just going to stay in the field here. Again, Stanley County, you heard Max Foth, if you were with us on our pregame on KGFX, say, look, we know we don't have anything to lose tonight. Nobody's expecting anything from us. Remember, Stanley County can always say, for a brief time in the first quarter, they had the lead against the top seed. Now they're going to run the clock all the way down on what would be a play clock for the last few seconds before calling an Agtegra timeout. We'll take it, too. We're down to 4:51 left in the third quarter. Wall still on top of Stanley County in this first round 9AA playoff game, 45-8. Back in 30 seconds to Wall on 1060, 103.1.
Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business organization.
And Agtegra timeout. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. The clock does stop on timeouts, even with a 35-point rule. So Stanley County, 4th and 20, and they'll be at midfield after this timeout. Ipswich has scored and cut into Bonhome's lead in Tyndall, 34-20. Cavaliers still on top, but still 10 minutes left in that game, and Ipswich can put some points on the board, so that one's not at all in the books just yet. Let's check on what's happening in Oneida. 3 minutes left now, and Sully Butte's continuing to lead Potter County 14-12 on Star 99. Offense on the field for Stanley County on 4th and 20 at midfield. Schweitzer in motion. Snap is low. Zabe looks in the left flat. Incomplete. Bounced in front of Amiot, but it will give the ball back to Wall. With gaining on 4.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. And Wall is up 45-8. And again, you know what this team is thinking. 2 touchdowns plus 1 conversion would wrap it up early. Again, this team has played only 2 48-minute games all year, and they scored 49 and 48 points in those games. 2 receivers each way. Burke Blasius, the quarterback, 1st and 10 midfield. Hand it off. This is the fullback. This is Heath. 40, 30, 28-yard line. Another good run by Heath, who had a touchdown earlier. Noah Baldwin finally stopped him. But a big run for Heath brings it to the 30-yard line of Stanley County, a gain of 20 and a first down. And Heath, now with 50 yards and 2 carries, 131 yards rushing for Wall. They average 177. And again, they average 360 yards a game, but we told you about that enormous number of nearly 14 a play, and we'll explain that as we have a chance. 1st and 10 Wall at the Stanley County 30-yard line. Two receivers each way again. Burke Blasius with a throw right. Turnaround catch. Blair Blasius, 20. Blair's down at near the 15-yard line of Stanley County. But a flag is down. So this play may be off the board. It was a first down to the 15-yard line of Stanley County. Now it's going to stand because it's a personal foul on Stanley County. And these sorts of penalties have haunted the Buffaloes in recent weeks. So again, this Wall team averages 360 yards a game. But before tonight, and this is in the 8 games in the regular season, they had 208 plays from scrimmage. And that averages to 28 a game. And that's because of the big plays they have and so many games that ended early. The penalty is declined. So the play will stand. It's spotted at the 16-yard line of Stanley County for a gain of 14 from Burke to Blair Blasius. Second catch of the night for Blair Burke is 8 of 9, 161 yards. So he's getting not too far from 90% passing for the season. He was 83% coming in. First and 10 Wall. Stanley County 16. Down to a minute 40 left in the third. Wall leading 45-8 in this first round 9AA playoff game. Receivers split each way, and Burke Blasius just takes it around left end. 10-5, fights his way near the end zone. Is he in? He is. Touchdown, Burke Blasius and the Wall Eagles. And that's rushing touchdown number 5 for Burke this season. With a minute 26 left in the third quarter, and for the 7th time in 9 games, the Wall Eagles have hit the 50 mark. They lead 51-8. So now Blair Blasius will try the extra point. On the way, and it's good. And we'll take a break. We'll take 30 here. 1:26 left third quarter in Wall. And the Wall Eagles increase their lead over Stanley County to 52-8. Back in 30 seconds here on 1060, 103.1 KGFX.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
This is what
Wall
matters.
strikes quickly again, 50 yards in just 3 plays, 3:18. Burke Blasius on the keeper for the 16-yard touchdown. The extra point makes it 52-8 for Wall. 1:26 left in the third quarter. And Blair Blasius, whose last 4 kickoffs from left to right have been touchbacks, will try to do so again. Chase Hansen, Barrett Schweitzer wait and around the 5, but Burke Blasius, another big boot into it. This one's into the end zone again, and Stanley County will start at their 20 after station identification.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety. 1060 KGFX Pierre. Rebroadcasting on K276GT. 103.1 FM Fort Pierre. Leave sooner, drive slower, live longer.
Beyond
Again, of interest to you fans in
O's.
Wall as to
This is the difference
who the Eagles'
mutual respect
quarterfinal
makes.
opponent may be.
This is
Looking
what
more and more
character
likely
looks like.
Bonhomme. They have scored in the fourth quarter and now have a 42-20 lead over Ipswich and Tyndall with 7 minutes to play. Hansen did complete the win over the 2-time defending champ Platte Geddes 42-18. Kimball Whitelake season over after a 32-18 loss at Elkton Lake Benton. Stanley County from their 20, first and 10, and just hand it off straight ahead. Colton Brady across the 20, down near the 25-yard line. It's been a tough night for Brady and for just about anybody else for SC trying to run the football. That time, the stop was made by the senior defensive end, Norman Livermont, who was tied for the lead in tackles for this team, coming in with 42. Call it 5 for the sophomore Brady, who had that huge game, the 280-yard rushing game against White River. 2 more years to go for a fine runner, and he's played well in defense too. 2nd and 5, SC from their 25, 40 seconds left in the third. 2 receivers each way. They send Deal in motion. Oh, and the snap gets behind Deal, and he has to fall on it. And here's a flag down, too. And it's picked up and run into the end zone by Moon. But I don't think it'll count. Well, the official puts his hands in the air. They've got a lot to sort out here. Zabe had to fall, or at least thought he was going to, on a snap that rolled back to him near the 14. Then a flag came down. And Quinn Moon just picked up the ball and ran into the end zone. But let's see what we have here. As referee Brett Distel tells us, that it's going to count for a touchdown. And that ends this game, just like that. The penalty was on Stanley County. Zabe did not fall on the football. Quinn Moon ran it into the end zone to end this game because the Wall lead is 50, and the Wall Eagles dominant again, and they end another game early. They have ended now 7 of their 9 games early this season. Stanley County did all they could to try to slow this Wall Eagle team down. Max Foth having a little bit of a talks team before they shake hands with the Wall Eagles. But a team that, and as we say, what was expected to be a rebuilding year, still makes it to the postseason. Now the handshakes will take place, and the Wall Eagles, again dominant, and move on to the quarterfinals